who, of course, another one that had a really great weekend. And then, of course, you've got plenty of other Ohio guys as well. And then the silly season mix-up as well. It's going to be the first opportunity for us here on the high limit side of things to see Corey Eliason in the Crouch Motorsports number 11 car. He replaced Buddy Kofoid in that car, who they basically swapped rides. Buddy goes to the Indy Race Parts number 71, and Eliason out of that race car and into the Crouch 11. So two race cars with two really good race car drivers behind the wheel. Buddy kind of reuniting with Bernie at Indy Race Parts in that car. They were a winner last year at the Lincoln Speedway. So a lot of movers and shakers, and as we said, a great lineup and a deep field of cars here that I think it's going to be a lot of fun to watch tonight.
Yeah, excuse me, looking down, in those points, Buddy Kofoid, definitely one of those guys to watch, and it'll be fun to watch him reuniting with Bernie tonight. It seems like you and I and Chris, we could all three be fast in one of Bernie's cars, I think, at any given time. So looking forward to watching him.
Yeah, and Buddy, as we were talking to him earlier, I think the hard part for him, is finding somebody that can race full time and race as much as he wants. And Bernie, as many of you watching know, owns Indy Race Parts. That's a full-time business, a very busy business on the west side of Indianapolis. Bernie just can't race full-time and as much as Buddy would like to. So they're going to race as much as they can together here for the time being and see kind of how things go. But I know Buddy's going to be busy too. He's got some midget opportunities coming up later this summer. Going to try to, I think, get in a Silver Crown car again as well. So he will be busy as well. Of course, we mentioned some of the big names that are in the field tonight. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is back, so two NOS 17 cars out of the Stenhouse Jr. Marshall Racing Camp. Ricky will be in the white numbered 17, and Sheldon, of course, will be in the black numbered 17. So that's really the only difference. So we're gonna have fun up here identifying those guys. I want to talk too about Chris Wyndham. Of course, we've seen many of these guys over the last couple of years jump from the non-wing side of things to the transition to the wing cars. Chris is a USAC Triple Crown champion, won all three USAC national divisions without the wing on top, and has made select wing starts throughout the year, but of course last year chased the All-Star Series, was Rookie of the Year there, but had two second-place finishes this past weekend at Jacksonville and Wilmot. And I think you're starting to see these guys that are making this jump, you're starting to see them get it. You're starting to see it all kind of come together, and things are starting to click. Hunter Schoenberg's another one that has certainly been a competitive car and a front runner with the All-Stars, but non-wing background, and it's fun to see those guys make this change, make this switch, and everything kind of start to come together for them.
Well, you hear wing guys talk about the importance of keeping the car straight, so that's much different than what they're used to, and I guess you could say if there's an easy in racing a sprint car, it probably is easier to go from a non-wing to a wing than probably the other way for some of these guys.
No doubt about that. Cars pushing on to the Speedway, and we're getting closer and closer to Hot Laps, presented by Dirt Draft. We'll step aside on FloRacing and come back and have cars firing here for Hot Lap Group number 1. Hot laps on the racetrack here at the Wayne County Speedway. Sheldon Hodenshields Buckeye Brawl. And this is Flight A, Group Number 1 for Dirt Draft Hot Laps. On Dirt Draft, you can compete against hundreds of other race fans online. Pick 5 drivers each night while staying under a $100,000 salary cap and earn points based on your finish to use in the Speed Shop, where you can buy merchandise, tickets, pay-per-view subscriptions, experiences, and more. Contests locked just before the first heat race starts each night. And if you subscribe today and use the promo code FloRacing, you can get your choice of a Dirt on Dirt or FloRacing shirt, which gets shipped to the user.
So the first of 3 groups for Flight A Hot Laps cars rolling onto the racetrack now. Headed off into turns 1 and 2 now from Sunnyvale, Texas, in the cigarport.ca, TrueNorth.pet, Highbreeder Foundation, Townline Variety, Ackland Insurance, car number 15H. That's Sam Hafer-Teep Jr.
Right behind him, working out of turn number 2, the white car, driver out of Sioux Falls, South Dakota, in the Zomer Trucking, ACS Roofing. Number 3J, that's Zoom Zoom, Dusty Zomer.
From Bloomington, Indiana, the top line, Titanium, Captain Canvas, Cape Coral, car number 101, that's Craig Kinzer.
And another triple-digit number down the backstretch, the 187. That's Tyler Wiles from Wooster, Ohio, in the Kramer Oil Purdy Monuments Bad Boys Tree Service, 187. Just his 3rd race in a 410 sprint car tonight. 3rd race in a sprint car of any kind, I should say. Stock car veteran here, though, so he knows his way around the Wayne County Speedway.
Cy Lynch rolling around the top of turn number 2 now from Apollo in the McCandless Ford PEI XXX. McCandless Tractor Sales car number 29.
And that's the McCandless 29 right there for Cy Lynch. Another 29 out here as well. That's Cole Macedo. Behind Cy Lynch, there's Cole Macedo on FloRacing, working his way into turn number 3 right now. That's the Rich Farmer-owned entry for the driver out of Lemoore, California. Gill Construction, Fremont Auto Parts, Level Utilities entry. Connor Morrell also on the backstretch into turn number 3. Good to have him back. Bad crash at the 34 Raceway with Alex Bowman. Connor certainly got the best of that, but the car did not. So obviously a new race car here for the Mark Daly Racing 2MD. That's the Amalie Oil Tub-A-Towels entry for Palmetto, Florida, is Connor Morrell.
Cody Bova making his way down into turn number 1, the Pro Quality Demo, JS Bova Excavating, Richards Tree and Landscape, car number 20B from Struthers, Ohio.
I think the only car we missed is Cale Thomas, who I guess is not on the racetrack yet. So I think we should be good here with the cars on track now for group number 1 of Flight A. And we're going to do things a little differently tonight just because of the logistical issues of just having everybody stopped in the infield. There's not enough room. So we'll do the first 3 groups of hot laps for Flight A. So you'll hot lap here, group 1 through 3, and then we'll qualify Group A cars. So everybody will pull to the infield here at the conclusion of their hot lap session. We'll qualify these Group A cars. Then Group B will come out. They'll run their hot lap sessions and then go right into qualifying. So, of course, that way just keeps things a little bit more equal throughout the qualifying order, and you're qualifying against your group, and that way it'll keep the infield a little bit less congested by doing it this way as well. Again, just working the racetrack in a little bit more here and letting these guys get heat in the motors as they putt around the racetrack here. Again, the 3rd race of the 2023 season for the High Limit Sprint Car Series. Good look at Cole Macedo here on the front straightaway as he works into turn number 1 right there, the Rich Farmer 29, one of a few cars he's going to race this year. And, of course, he's familiar with this racetrack and most of Ohio, Attica champion just a year ago. Dusty Zomer there working his way out of turn number 4 on FloRacing here, the white 3J. Danny Lasowski on the wrenches for him. Former Houston Speedway track champion, where we'll go with the High Limit Sprint Car Series later on this year. Chris, I heard you click your mic on there. Do you have something in the infield as we go green here for hot lap session number 1? Oh, maybe not. All right, we're green with hot lap session number 1. Track record here, by the way, we mentioned it, 13.808, set by Spencer Baston on April 21st, 2018. So we'll kind of keep an eye on that relative to times here as the track continues to get worked in and get a little bit better here in Dirt Draft Hot Lap Group number 1. Craig Kinzer there in the 101 car, Bloomington, Indiana racer. Craig's been in that car a couple times this year. Knoxville Nationals champion. There's Cody Bova as well, making his first start with the High Limit Sprint Car Series.
Cole Macedo has a pretty good lap still here in this first group as the caution flag waves on the racetrack now. 17.884, Cole Macedo.
And Connor Morell is slowing on the backstretch in the 2MD. He might sneak behind the ambulance here. There he is. So problems for him, and as we said, just good to have him back after that big crash he had at 34 Raceway with Alex Bowman. I don't know that I've seen a car destroyed that badly, and so a testament to those guys that built him a safe race car that I guess did its job and kind of absorbing the impact so he did.
Yeah, you know, it's when you look at the racetrack at 34 Raceway, different than here. No fence down there in turn 1, and man, he just rolled and bounced and rolled. And so, yeah, good to see him back here this weekend.
And certainly still thinking Alex Bowman as he continues to heal up. He was the other car involved in that. So Morell getting pushed to the infield here. So just a couple laps in here to Hot Lap Group number 1, presented by Dirt Draft. Cole Macedo is listed as the fastest right now at a 17.884, but I don't know if really everybody even got up to speed or got spread out enough to put a lap in. So give him a green-white checkered here and get Group 1 of 3 done here for Group A qualifying and Group A hot laps. Getting a look at Sam Haferteep Jr. on FloRacing. He works his way down the front stretch and into turn number 1. 5-time ASCS champion and a high roller this year with the High Limit Sprint Car Series full time in the 15H. White flag already coming out here as everybody just now gets back up to speed. Times continuing to drop as we expected. Still Cole Macedo at the top at a 16.541 as we say that. Craig Kinzer and he in a little bit of a battle here for the top spot in Hot Lap Group number 1. Kinzer turned a 425 and then Cole reeled off a 16.035 as the checkered flag waves here on Dirt Draft Hot Laps Group number 1.
So Cole Macedo getting down into the 15-second bracket there on the final lap under green, 15.862. Craig Kinzer, 16.201. Cody Bova moved back up into the 3rd spot, 16.446. Dusty Zomer, 16.623. And Sam Haferteep Jr., 16.632 there in the 5th spot.
So Cole Macedo starts his night off well. Best result of him of 16th at the 34 Raceway with the High Limit Sprint Car Series, but a 3-time winner on the West Coast in 360 competition this year. Again, cars pulling to the infield here to get ready for qualifying presented by Capital Renegade, and we will hot lap the first 3 groups, Group A, and then Group A will qualify. So quick turnaround for these guys here in hot lap session number 1 as the cars for hot lap session number 2 already rolling onto the Speedway. Again, 54 cars in the pit area tonight. And we've scratched the non-qualifiers race, so we'll just have 4 heat races of about 13 or 14 cars each, and then move right into the C-Main and so on and so forth right on down the list. And again, Cole Macedo. Oh, go ahead, Tony.
Sorry, Dylan. You see Buddy coming out there with the hood off, so it's fired up. Header back into the infield here before he comes out for his hot lap session.
Yeah, again, Buddy back in the Indy Race Parts 71 tonight. They have won together before, he and Bernie have. Buddy got his first All-Star win here. And actually, he was talking to him earlier, had to pass one of Bernie's cars to do it. So kind of funny that he's back there tonight and trying to go after his second high limit sprint car series winner last year in the inaugural event at the Lincoln Park Speedway, where we'll go, of course, later on this year, actually, to conclude the 2023 season. Cars firing for hot lap group number 2.
So Corey Eliason over in turn number 2. In the McCandless car number 11 here tonight from Visalia, California. The High Plains Building Division's Mobile 1, Lubbock Wrecker Service, Marching Cattle Company, Wilson Wrecker Service, car number 11.
Behind him in the 38, that's Leighton Wagner from Enon Valley, Pennsylvania, Haas Pools and Spa. Owl's Corner FBC Chemical Corporation, number 38. Made 2 starts this year at the Wayne County Speedway.
The Rudzik Excavating car number 49X rolling into turns 3 and 4 from Fairland, Indiana. That's Cale Thomas. Cale Thomas in that 49X.
Working his way out of turn number 4 and working his way into turn number 1 in the 91 car. That's rather turn number 3, I should say, out of 4 now. That's the 91 of Tyler Gunn from Napoleon, Ohio. And the L&R Farms J-Rail Trucking Homestead Hunting Preserve entry. 3rd place finish for him here with the Fast on Dirt series just this past weekend. Again, that's Tyler Gunn and the Eichelberry 91.
Lee Jacobs, one of those guys to watch here tonight, rolling into turn number 4 now, or just off of turn number 4. Finished 4th at Sharon on the 13th in that car number 81.
And out of turn number 4 now in the white numbered 17. That's Ricky Stenhouse Jr. out of Olive Branch, Mississippi, the NOS Energy Drink West Tennessee Expediting Hunt Brothers Pizza entry.
Brady Bacon making his way through turns 3 and 4 from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. That's the Dahmer Powertrain. Fatheads Eyewear Champion Oil, Cressman Sanitation, car number 21H, the 25th and the 13 in high limits competition so far this year.
There's Brady right here in front of us on the front stretch, and on FloRacing, green flag out for hot lap group number 2, presented by Dirt Draft. Rico Abreu also out here from St. Helena, California, the white 24, and the Davis Door Company Lucas Oil Pepperjack Kennels machine in turn number 1.
Chase Randall on the racetrack as well, coming down the front chute now from Waco, Texas. That's the Bush's Chicken EMI competition suspension, Kaiser Wheel Fisher Racing Engines, turn number 9.
I think the only one we missed here in this group is Skylar G in the 99, working his way into turn number 3 and out of turn number 4 right now from Leduc, Alberta, Canada. There he is, and the Dirt Sharks, Ohio Valley Stave, number 99. 2 wins for him this year, and they both came this past weekend. One was at Attica, one at Fremont. White flag already out for hot lap group number 2. Cale Thomas fastest in this group right now, but not for long. Track getting faster and faster here. Lee Jacobs, Tyler Gunn, Brady Bacon all up there mixing it up at the top of the leaderboard. Checker flag waves for Dirt Draft, hot laps group number 2.
Well, we're getting close to the 14 seconds.
We are. We're getting there in a hurry, too. Track's gotten a lot better already here just in this group.
Brady Bacon on top of the speed chart now, 15.087. Cale Thomas second quick, 15.095. Rico Abreu third quick, 15.133. Corey Eliason fourth fast, 15.419. Lee Jacobs, 15.568 in the 5th spot. Skylar G, 15.623. And Tyler Gunn, a 15.712. So, Dylan, we are really close to getting her into the 14s here tonight.
We are. Track in good shape right now. Already kind of getting widened out over here in 1 and 2 a little bit. And everybody chasing the Macho Man, 21H car, 15.087. The time to beat as our final group in Group A, pushing on to the Speedway right now.
Did you update your Dirt Draft today?
I did not. Our friend Tyler Burnett, he is always on me about doing Dirt Draft and getting my lineup updated. And I feel like I have so many other fantasy things that I do that I forget one every week inevitably, and this week I think it was Dirt Draft.
Yeah, I'm really good at signing up for them, not really good at maintaining.
Yeah, the follow through and the commitment is the hard part. Exactly. Good look at our final group here on the front stretch. 3 pretty good white cars right there, the 1957 and 21, Brent Marks, Kyle Larson, and Brian Brown. And the yellow 38K there on the outside is Chris Myers from Caldwell, Ohio. Second in track points last year. And I believe everybody is last car rolling onto the racetrack over here at the exit of turn 4. And here we go. Cars firing for third group of hot laps presented by Dirt Draft.
So Brett Marks leads the way down into turn number 1 in that car number 19. Of course, Brent coming off a very successful 2022 from Myerstown, Pennsylvania. That's the M&M Painting and Construction, Babs Paints, Off-Road Motorsports, Livewire Customs, A. Murray Family Investments.
Behind him on the backstretch from Elk Grove, California, the Paul Silva 57, FloRacing, Findlay Farms, HendrickCars.com entry. That's Young Money, Kyle Larson. Finally got his first sprint car win of the year just last week at the Atomic Speedway with the All-Stars.
Rolling into turn number 3 now from Higginsville, Missouri. In the Casey's, FVP, Andy's Frozen Custard, Impact Sign, Mountain Dew Overdrive, JD Welding, car number 21, Blackjack, Brian Brown.
Out of turn 4 behind him from Warrnambool, Australia, and the Roth Enterprises, HR Livestock Transportation, Toyota Racing Development, number 83, that's J-Mac, James McFadden.
And from Kokomo, Indiana, the Sun Dollar Restoration, Race Redeem Foundation, Hager Realty, TC Power Sports, car number 26 of Parker, Price Miller.
Excited to see what PPM can do here. First time we're also seeing him in that Redeem number 26. Had 2 top 10s on debut this past weekend in that car with the All-Stars. Yellow 38K on the front straightaway. Mentioned him a bit ago. That's Caldwell, Ohio's Chris Myers in the Pine Tree Towing and Recovery. Kemphorn Motors Vans Time Pros entry.
And rolling past the flag stand now from Canton, Illinois, the NOS Energy Drink, Elias Custom Trailers, Lane Racing, Whistle Stop, Sure Shot Tap House, car number 4, that's Chris Wyndham.
Couple more cars here as we get the wind 'em up signal for group number 3 on the front stretch. The 5T at Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. That's the Sitgard Engine Oil, Western Flyer Express, Hample Oil, number 5T of Ryan Timms.
And from Strasburg, Ohio, the Sugar Creek Cartage, Red Malkin Incorporated, Macintosh Oil, car number 70M of Henry Malkin.
Already rolling here for group number 3, and qualifying for group A is up next. And this will be a good indication here of just how much speed is in the racetrack. It's gotten better every session, and some good benchmarks here as we work around the Speedway. White flag already waving here for group number 3. Larson goes to the top, 15:081, just a couple thousandths of a second quicker than Brady Bacon.
Ryan Timms up into the 5th spot in this group, 15:225.
Checkered flag waving as everybody completes their hot lap session. Just 3 laps. And it's going to be Kyle Larson. Fastest in Group A. He got better on his last lap as well, 15:020. Brady Bacon second at a 15:087. And then Cale Thomas, Rico Abreu, and James McFadden, second quickest there in that group. Alrighty, qualifying up next, presented by Capital Renegade. And again, your overall quick time is against everybody, so we won't know who that is until we get Group B cars on the racetrack to qualify, but you can certainly be quick time and want to be quick time in your group to start on the pole of heat race number 1. Capital Renegade since 2010 has been the #1 toter home and sprint car trailer dealer, but it doesn't stop there. They've got a complete lineup of custom motor coaches ranging from 38 to 45 feet, and their trailer lineup ranges from vending trailers to custom car haulers, stackers, anything designed to carry multiple cars. Built by racers for racers, they understand the needs and are there in the pits with you. Check out their complete lineup at capitalrenegade.com.
You know, it's interesting, Dylan, when these guys went out for their hot lap session, the car had to be pretty ready for qualifying because right back to the infield, just a few adjustments before they go out for Capital Renegade qualifying, so not a lot of changes can be made down there.
Well, and especially if you're these Group 1 guys or these first qualifiers, the Group 1 guys track a lot different than it was when they were out there for hot laps. So they're just kind of eyeballing it here and seeing what the track looks like and making their best guess at it here. But yeah, limited tools and things. Now these guys, they have the mules down here, which I guess are in essence they're like a mobile trailer.
Yeah.
You know, they've got everything.
They got a lot of stuff.
Everything they need to change front axles and whatnot, and everything down there on the mule. So not strapped for parts. But here we go. Qualifying underway. Group A cars. First 2 on the Speedway. Go ahead.
After you go ahead.
First car out, and the 29M, the McCandless Motorsports, number 29 from Apollo, Pennsylvania. McCandless Ford 29 is Cy Lynch.
And from Brandon, South Dakota, makes his way down to take the green, the ACS Roofing, Zomer Trucking, Primetime Express. Got number 3, J. Dusty Zomer.
Cy Lynch at the top of your screen on FloRacing. Limited starts for him this year in the McCandless 29, that at 6 last weekend at Wilmot. Lap 1, 15.267, 1.5267 for Cy Lynch.
First lap time for Dusty Zomer is quick time, 14.963. First car down into the 14-second bracket.
Track going to get better here as we go through qualifying, no doubt. Lap 2 for Cy Lynch, better, 14.982, but still slower than Dusty Zomer.
Lap number 2 for Dusty, 14.963, not quite as quick on lap number 2. She went pretty wide coming off turn 4.
All right, so Zoom sets the mark to beat here through our first two, 14.963, and Cy Lynch at a 14.982. Next car out to qualify from Lemoore, California, in the Rich Farmer, Gill Construction, Fremont Auto Parts, Level Utilities, 29C is Cole Macedo.
And from Bloomington, Indiana, the top line titanium, Captain Canvas, Cape Coral, car number 101, that's Craig Kinzer.
Cole Macedo, top of your screen, Attica champion last year, best of 16th with the High Limit Sprint Car Series that came last time out at the 34 Raceway out of turn number 4. White flag waving for Cole Macedo. He goes to the top of the board, 14.756, 1.4756, fastest through our first 4 qualifiers.
Craig Kinzer makes his first lap.
15.325.
There you go, 15.325, thank you.
And better on lap number 1 for Macedo, very close, 14.756 is going to be his best time, 14.762 was his second lap.
3:39, the second lap for Craig Kinzer.
All right, so Macedo will take the 14.756, that was on lap number 1, and Craig Kinzer has to settle for a 15.325. Rolling right along here, next car out on the Speedway, driver out of Struthers, Ohio, the Bova Excavating Pro Quality Demolition 20B is Cody Bova.
And also on the racetrack now for his first lap of qualifying from Worcester, Ohio, the Kramer Oil, Perfect Monuments, Schaefer Racing Oil, car number 187, that's Tyler Wiles.
Cody Bova won the opening night feature here at the Wayne County Speedway last year. 6 starts for him in 410 competition this year. Lap number 1 for Cody Bova is a 15.603, 15.603.
First lap time for Tyler is a 16.935, 1.6935.
Checkered flag out of 4 right now, top of your screen. Cody Bova puts in his second lap time. It's better, 15.445, 5th quick for the 20B.
Second lap time coming up for Tyler, 16.646 better, so he'll improve on lap number 2.
So it's still Cole Macedo, 14.756, Dusty Zomer, Cy Lynch, your top 3 as we move along here in Group A qualifying. Up next, on the hammer already through 1 and 2 out of Sunnyvale, Texas, the Town Line Variety Hide Breeder Foundation Service. True North.bet, 15H is Sam Haferteep Jr.
And also making his way out to qualify now, heading down the back straightaway from Fairland, Indiana. Driving the Redsick Excavating, car number 49X, this is Cale Thomas.
Sam Haferteep, a 5-time ASCS champion, 6-time winner last year. Out of turn number 4, white flag for Haferteep, lap number 1, 6th quick, 15.500, 15.500.
First lap time for Cale Thomas is 4th quick, 15.045. Cale had a 4th with the All-Stars back on April 15, his best 410 run of the season.
Haferteep under the checkered flag, lap 2 is a touch slower, 15.507, but consistent. Take the first lap, 7th quick, 15.500.
And he may have tapped the wall, but he's 2nd quick, 14.817, lap number 2 for Cale Thomas.
Good lap. He has been fast in that race car every time he's gotten in it, no doubt about that. Up next, driver out of Broken Arrow, Oklahoma in the TKH Motorsports, Dahmer Powertrain, Fatheads Eyewear, Chalk 6 21H, it's the Macho Man, Brady Bacon.
And taking the green flag now from Bradenton, Florida, the Mark Daly Racing, Tub of Towels, Amalie Oil, Moon and Dagger Tattoo, Indy Race Parts 2 MD, that's Connor Morrell.
White flag waving for Brady Bacon out of turn number 4. Lap 1 is quick time, 14.450. Nice lap for the Macho Man.
And first lap time for Connor Morrell, 7th quick, 15.404, 15.404.
So Brady lowers the mark by a lot here on his first lap, and he's better on lap 2, 14.415 for Brady Bacon.
Second lap time for Connor, still 7th quick, 15.404, 15.404.
About a half second off the track record here. It's a 13.808, but Brady Bacon lowers the mark considerably, 14.415. Now the time to beat. Top of your screen on FloRacing, working his way into turn number 3, the white numbered 17 from Olive Branch, Mississippi, the NOS Energy Drink, West Tennessee Expediting. Easy go, number 17, it's Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
And from Leduc, Alberta, Canada, the Dirt Shark Excavating and Land Clearing. Ohio Valley Stave, Pat Beck Motorsports. Got number 99, that's Skylar G.
2023 Daytona 500 winner, USAC Sprint Car and Midget Rookie of the Year back in 2007 for Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Good first lap. It's fourth quick, 14.868, 14868 for Stenhouse.
First lap time for Skylar, seventh quick, 15.211 for the driver who had a fifth at Atomic on May 6th.
Stenhouse out of turn number 4. Lap 1 is a little bit slower, 14.877. He'll take the first lap, 14.868.
And Skylar G, lap number 2 is better, 14.895, good enough for fifth quick.
Fourth quick for Stenhouse, fifth quick for Skylar G. Still chasing Brady Bacon, 14.415. One of the strong Ohio legends out on the racetrack right now in the Simcox Grinding and Steel. Dow Vitamins and Minerals, Amanda J. Lewis, attorney at law, number 81 from Dalton, Ohio. Here's Lee Jacobs.
And from Napoleon, Ohio, the Homestead Hunting Preserve, L&R Farms, J. Rail, car number 91 of Tyler Gunn.
Lee Jacobs working his way around turn 3 and 4 right now. Best finish for him this year, a fourth at Sharon this past weekend. Lap number 1 for Lee Jacobs, his fourth quick, 14.846, 14.846.
First lap time for Tyler Gunn, second quick, 14.736, 147.36.
At a 4, checkered flag, Lee Jacobs slows down, 14.904. Lap 1, good enough for fifth fastest.
Tyler Gunn, lap number 2 is better, 14.556, 14556. Put Tyler Gunn in the 2 spot.
All right, Tyler Gunn up to the front of the leaderboard here as we continue with Group A qualifying. Top of your screen on Flow into turn 3 right now on the racetrack from St. Helena, California. And the Rico Abreu Curb Agajanian Racing Davis Door Company, Lucas Oil 24 is Rico Abreu.
And from Visalia, California, driving the High Plains Building Division, Mobile One, Lubbock Record Service, Marching Cattle Company, car number 11, that's Corey Eliason.
Rico, a 3-time 410 Sprint Car winner this year. Lap number 1 for Abreu, third quick, 14.584, 14.584, third for Rico.
First lap time for Corey Eliason, fourth quick, 14.632, 146.32 for the driver, 12th in points coming into the night.
Checkered flag for Rico Abreu. Quick time, 14.413 by 0.02 of a second over Brady Bacon.
And lap number 2 for Eliason improves up to third quick, 14.459.
All right, couple of speedy ones there. Rico Abreu now your fastest man, 14.413. Eliason third at a 14.459 with Bacon in the middle at a 14.415. So Rico barely got him. Another fast one on the racetrack now, working his way out of turn 4, taking the green flag from Waco, Texas, in the Bush's Chicken Iron Wolf Easy Print number 9. It's Chase Randall.
And from Caldwell, Ohio, check that. I believe that's from Eden Valley. I believe that's Leighton Wagner in the car number 38. Leighton Wagner in the 38.
White flag already waving, top of your screen on Flow for Chase Randall. Quick time, 14.312. I'm at that lap for the quickest chicken.
First lap time for Wagner, 15.151, 15151.
Randall has had so much speed and no results to show it this year with the High Limit Sprint Car Series. Slows down on lap 2, 14.470, but a good first lap quick time at a 14.312.
And lap number 2 for Leighton Wagner, 15.071. Better on lap number 2, 15.071. That's 13th quick.
All right, Chase Randall, 14.312. Nice lap. And quick on lap 2 as well to 14.470, but that first one, the time to beat for now for the 9 car. Rolling right along. Next car out to qualify from Warrnambool, Australia, in the TRD Roth Enterprises HR Livestock Transportation number 83. It's James McFadden.
And also on the clock now in the Comporn Motors, car number 38K from Caldwell, Ohio. That's Chris Myers.
Two-time World of Outlaw winner is J Mack out of turn number 4 this year. White flag, I should say. Lap 1, second quick, 14.389. So he's into the 14.3s is McFadden.
First lap time for Chris Myers, 15th quick, 15.224 for the driver. Only been out a handful of times this season.
All right, what can J Mack do? Checkered flag. Lap 2, quick time, 14.160. What a lap by James McFadden.
And lap number 2 is a 15.094 for Chris Myers, 150.94.
They're giving us a workout up here. What a lap. 14.160 by 0.2. James McFadden now fastest. Getting down to it here. Final few cars in Group A. onto the Speedway now from Higginsville, Missouri, taking the green flag in the Casey's FVP Andy's Frozen Custard. Number 21, it's Blackjack, Brian Brown.
And from Canton, Illinois, the NOS Energy Drink, Elias Custom Trailers, Lane Racing Whistle Stop, Sure Shot Tap House, car number 4, Big Daddy, Chris Wyndham.
Brian Brown, 4th in high limit sprint car points, a pair of 9th place finishes to his credit this year. Lap number 1 for Brownie is a 14.768. That's 8th quick.
First lap time for Chris Wyndham, 14.784, 14784. That's 9th quick.
Out of turn number 4, Brian Brown looking at the checkered flag to complete his qualifying run. Lap 2, it's better. 7th quick, 14.664.
Lap number 2 for Chris Wyndham, 14.486, improves in lap number 2, moves him up to 6th quickest, 14486.
All right, only about 5 more cars here in Group A. And we'll see what this guy can do out of Elk Grove, California. And the Paul Silva, FloRacing, Finley Farms, HendrickCars.com, number 57, it's Young Money, Kyle Larson.
And from Strasburg, Ohio, the Sugar Creek Cartage, Red Malkin Incorporated, Macintosh Oil, car number 70M of Henry Malkin.
Larson a winner this year with sprint cars, late models, and modifieds. Still looking for his first high limit win, though. Out of turn 4, white flag, lap 1 for Kyle Larson is 5th quick, 14.454.
10th quick for Henry Malkin in lap number 1, 14.708. Another driver only been out a couple times this season.
Out of 4, checkered flag, top of your screen for Larson. He got it, 14.059, quick time for Young Money.
And lap number 2 for Henry Malkin, 14.696, improves in lap number 2.
All righty, we're approaching 13 seconds, only a couple tenths off the track record, and still a whole nother group of cars to go. It's a 14.059, now the mark to beat in Group A for Kyle Larson. Final couple of cars here, top of your screen on Flow, and out of turn number 4 right now, taking the green flag from Kokomo, Indiana, the Redine Racing, Race Redine Foundation, Sundollar Restoration, number 26, it's the law firm, Parker Price Miller.
And from Myerstown, Pennsylvania, the M&M Painting and Construction, Babs Paints, Off-Road Motorsports, Live Wire Customs, A. Murray Family Investments, car number 19 of Brent Marks.
DPM 10th in points in the high limit sprint car series this year, 12th quickest on lap 1, 14.784.
First lap time for Brent Marks, 14.815. That's only 13th quick, 14.815.
DPM out of 4, checkered flag. Lap number 2 is a touch slower, 14.791. Take the first lap, 12th quick, 14.784.
Lap number 2 for the driver, 6th in points, jumps up to 7th quick, 14.468, 14468.
Final car in Group A, chasing Kyle Larson's 14.059. It's the driver out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, and the Sitgard Engine Oil, Western Flyer Express, Hample Oil, number 5T, it's Ryan Timms. And out of 4, he'll get the green flag right here. Two-time winner this year, won in 360 competition back in February at Volusia, winner at Jacksonville in Illinois in weekly 410 competition. Not been the start to the year that he wants, but trying to turn it around here at Wayne County. Lap number 1 for Ryan Timms is 10th quickest, 14.572, 14572. Best high limit result for him is just 9th in the B at 34. So looking for much better things from Flying Ryan here. Checkered flag, lap number 2 is much better, 14.469, 14.469, but quickest in Group A at a 14.059. How about a hand for Young Money, Kyle Larson?
Boy, Dylan, sitting in this booth, you can really hear how hard they're turning those things, especially when they get down the back straightaway. They got them strung out.
Absolutely. That was a fun qualifying session, and we've got about 25 more to go here with Group B as the Mules head back to the pits here from Group A cars. Group B will be on the track next for their hot lap sessions right into qualifying presented by Capital Renegade. We'll step aside here on FloRacing, take care of some business, and when we come back, we'll be ready to go with Group B cars. The second half of the field is next here from Wayne County. Group B cars rolling onto the Speedway right now, just getting ready to go and preparing for their qualifying session. Again, Kyle Larson fastest in Group A qualifying at a 14:059. So this hot lap session going to give us a good idea of if the track's going to get any better as the cars work their way through 3 and out of 4 right now.
One of the things I wanted to say there, one of the things I'm encouraged by, Dylan, is that Kyle coming out pretty late was no factor. I mean, so these guys qualifying in this second group still have a really great chance of laying down some good times.
No doubt.
Rolling down the front straightaway here, the first car from Worcester, Ohio, the car number 16, that's Danny Mumaw. You can see that one, Danny Mumaw in the 16.
Yeah, that bright green wing, that stands out for sure. Behind him, working into turn number 1, and the 4-star from Fredericktown, Ohio, the Integrity Auto and Truck Sales, Mules Hauling and Excavating, Vantage Athletics entry is Tyler Street, former Ohio Valley Sprint Car Association champion.
Driving the Able, BEI, Rental, and Dental and Medical. C6 Auto Body, car number 19P from Boston, Mass. That's Sean Rahal.
Rahal over there in turn number 2, and behind him, working his way into turn number 1 right now is the 10-car driver out of Cicero, New York, the Randy's Racing Filters Sterling Lubricants entry, one of the high rollers with the High Limit Sprint Car Series. That's Paulie Colagiovanni.
From Clute, Texas, the Fulkins Brothers Trucking via Electric Rasmussen Service Center. Ridge and Sun Racing, car number 8, that's Aaron Reitzel.
We'll get these guys green quick here once they get heat in the motors. Working down the backstretch behind Reitzel right now. And car number 20 from Seville, Ohio, the Jake's Electric Lepo Rents King Machine entry is Daniel Burkhart.
From Sepulveda, Oklahoma, the DriveWFX.com, Smiley's Racing Products, Blood Lubrication, that's CSR Garage, Sage Fruit. Car number 52, that's Blake Hahn.
Working his way down the backstretch, the 39 car, driver out of Dillsburg, Pennsylvania, the C&E Rigging J&S Classic. Valley Supply 39M is Anthony Macri, twice a winner last weekend, once with the World of Outlaws and once at Selinsgrove.
And from Knoxville, Iowa, the QVC Stivers Ford Schilling Excavating J&J, car number 22, that's Riley Goodnow.
That's everybody here in Flight B Group 1. As the times continue to populate, it's Blake Hahn at a 14:653 who's fastest right now.
So still some good times here. Aaron Reitzel, 14:985. If you look at the times there, Dylan, we're going to see them if you're watching on any one of the timing and scoring apps online. They'll be blended in there. So as we roll through here, you'll see some of the cars that qualified in the first group.
Yeah, and of course these hot lap times probably going to be a little slower just simply because there's more cars on the racetrack and not really a ton of room to go out there and hammer it and rip a flyer like we did in qualifying. But Blake Hahn fastest right now in Group B at a 14:653. And we'll move right along as the second group rolls onto the Speedway. See Jake Swanson onto the Speedway in the Ally 55, still in for the injured Alex Bowman. Talk about throwing him to the wolves last week when he jumped in that car, that wing car, raced at, I believe it was Atomic, was his first race with the All-Stars. Had never run a wing car until I think the day before. They went to Putnamville and tested and gave him some laps there. But done a great job, really, kind of adapting and has run a couple local shows. Was in Pennsylvania this past weekend, just trying to get acclimated to that race car and acclimated to a wing on top. Of course, he's a non-wing regular from California who's made the move to the Midwest and now competes full-time with USAC. But good to have him with us in the Ally 55.
The second group of cars pushing off as they work their way into turns 1 and 2. They'll start to spread out just a little bit here before we turn them loose for their hot lap session here. Over in turn number 2, though, as we get set to go from Bellevue, Ohio, the Jeff Ward Demolition, Elias Custom Trailers and Carts Premier Planning Services, 33W. That's Cap Henry.
And bypassing him there, working his way down the backstretch in the 55, driver out of Sikeston, Missouri. And the Vermeer Motorsports, Maxim Trucking and Materials, Logan Contractor Supply, TK Concrete entry is 100%, Hunter Schurenberg.
Trey Jacobs making his way down the back chute from Shreve, Ohio in the 3TJ, sponsored by Petite Electric and Plumbing and Integrity Auto and Truck.
Car's still firing off here as everybody dodges them on the front straightaway. Let's talk about J.J. Hickle here on the front stretch, the yellow 97 from Quilcene, Washington, the Sealing Motorsports entry. That's the Northwest Ohio Towing and Recovery Machine.
And from Lucas, Iowa, in that car number 6X, that's Frank Rogers. Frank Rogers in the 6X.
Working out of turn number 2 in the blue 70, Peak Grove Machine, Premier Motorsports, Walker's Lumber and Things, River City Wood Products, number 70 is the Big Wheel, Scotty Thiel from Sheboygan, Wisconsin.
And entering into turns 3 and 4 now from Aromas, California, the Victory Fuel, Swindell Speed Lab, Rossi Feed and Grain, J. Davidson Scrap Metal. Car number 39, that's Justin Sanders. Justin Sanders in that 39.
Bypassing us on the front stretch, how about a wave and a hand for the hometown boy from Worcester, Ohio, the Stenhouse Junior Marshall Racing, NOS Energy Drink, West Tennessee Expediting, Hunt Bros Pizza. Number 17 is Sheldon Hodenshield. He'll have the black numbered 17. And teammate Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in the white numbered 17. That's about the only way you'll be able to tell them apart. I guess.
So green flag getting set to unfurl here on group number 2, Flight B for the hot lap session. One more session to go following this group. Trey Jacobs slowing here on the front straightaway. The caution's going to come back out. Stop here on the front straightaway.
One of a couple Jacobs in the field tonight. Lee is here as well. Trey was 14th with Fast on Dirt Series last weekend, 4th here in a non-wing boss race in early May.
If you come into an Ohio racetrack and your last name is Jacobs, Hodenshield, do you have an automatic advantage?
I think you have to, right? There's and speaking of Sheldon, since he's out here on the racetrack, I think he of course grew up here, kind of started his sprint car career here, so he knows this racetrack like the back of his hand. And I think I don't know, do we call him an Ohio guy because of how good he is here? I mean, I think he's obviously Ohio's native son.
I think if we don't, we won't get out of here alive.
I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right. He is no doubt the favorite. Just given his success here at this racetrack, won his first ever All-Star race here, has a World of Outlaw win here, and as we said, a lot of other wins just as he was kind of developing and was still Jack's son, when he was kind of forming his own path and starting his sprint car career. So excited to not only have him here racing, but just excited for what he's done for the High Limit Sprint Car Series this year, supporting this race and helping to add a little bit of extra money to the pot here for these guys as they go after $32,000 as opposed to the traditional $23,000 that we get with the Highland Sprint Car Series.
J.J. Hickle with a little trouble on the car number 97. As he went through the corner, something happened on the right rear corner of that car. He brings it down to the infield as we stay under the white flag here with 1 lap to go in hot laps.
And you talk about the quick turnaround for qualifying. That's if you don't have problems. So we've seen a couple cars here with issues. Saw Connor Morell in the first flight of cars that had issues. Now J.J. Hickle as well as Trey Jacobs here in this hot lap session alone.
So Sheldon right there at the end. How about it? He puts it on top, 14.437 in Dirt Draft hot laps here tonight. 14.437 for the hometown guy, Sheldon Hodenshield.
So the top 3 in overall hot lap times, which is what's being populated on FloRacing. Again, what you'll see if you're following on either My Race Pass or Race Monitor with live timing and scoring. Top 3 all from this Group B cars. As you'd expect, track's gotten a lot better since the Group A cars were on the racetrack for hot laps, but it's Hodenshield at a 14.437, Blake Hahn at a 14.653, and Aaron Reitzel at a 14.985, the fastest 3 here in hot laps for Group B.
So the third and final group coming out here in Flight B of Dirt Draft hot laps, and then the cars will all file down there in the infield just like they did in Group A and get ready for qualifying here with the Capital Renegade qualifying session coming up here in just a moment for these cars.
And we talked about the bounty on Sheldon for the feature. An additional $3,000 up for grabs to basically the podium finishers. And we'll get into that a little bit later as the feature draws nearer, but I think the prospects of that are alive and well as he paces the field here in Group B. Final group of Group B hot laps on the Speedway. Danny Dietrich, first car pushing off the push truck over there out of turn number 2. And the Randy Gass-owned 48, driver out of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, in the DKW Transport Eichert's Home Furnishing Arrowhead Electric entry.
From Rawson, Ohio, the Benjamin Steele King Cold Quality Food and Meats. Bluffton Diesel, car number 2, that's Ricky Peterson.
Got an update from Chris Wilner in the infield, said the motor's starting to act up on J.J. Hickle's car. Having some fuel pressure issues, so they'll try and diagnose that and hopefully get him ready to go for qualifying. Jordan Ryan in the 25 car. You look at him on FloRacing and right here on the front straightaway. Driver out of Castalia, Ohio, in the Rod Edelbute's Garage, CK Warehouse Distribution, Napa of Fremont entry.
From Monrovia, Indiana, the Avani Windows and Doors, Big Spring Car Wash, Coastal Race Parts, All-Star Performance, HP Engines. DMI, car number 13, that's Justin Peck. Justin Peck in the 13 car, 13th in points coming into tonight.
Behind him on the front stretch from T South Dakota, the BDS Motorsports number 1 in the all-black car, that's Justin Henderson.
Also rolling down the front straightaway, from Aliquippa, Pennsylvania, the Canton Erector Starrett Service Premier Pallet, car number 45. That's the Steel City Outlaw, Tim Schaefer. Tim Schaefer in the 45 car.
Let's see, who else did we miss? Oh, there's the other NOS car in the field. I think there's 4 of them tonight. That's the 7BC of Sunshine Tyler Courtney and the Clausen Marshall Racing Z-Max Elliott's Custom Trailers and Carts machine.
And in the Indy Race Parts, car number 71 from Pitgrove, California, that's Buddy Kofoid. Sheldon, the fastest in Dirt Draft Hot Laps, 14:4:37. See if anyone can best that here. That's the checkered flag coming out on this final group. Tyler Courtney put it up into the 4th spot, about as close as anybody's going to get. 14:999. Now Justin Peck into the 3rd spot, 14:884.
Saw Brandon Spithaller there as well on FloRacing. Not sure if we mentioned him or not. Evans City, Pennsylvania racer in the 22. All right, nobody fast enough to touch Sheldon. 14:437 as our final group of Dirt Draft Hot Laps comes to a close. Blake Hahn, Justin Peck fastest in that group. Aaron Reitzel and Tyler Courtney are top 5. Sunshine second quickest here in Group 3 of Flight B, or Group 6 overall. Cars already staged and lined up for Capital Renegade qualifying. Again, the overall quick time, 14:059, set by Kyle Larson in Group A. And you can still beat quick time against these cars. Everybody just qualifies against their group, but it's $300 to the overall quick time qualifier. So that's what everybody's aiming for. And again, track record 13:808 set by Spencer Baston in April of 2018. We were flirting with that at the end of Group A qualifying, so see if the racetrack's still got any single car or double car speed in it here, as everybody will get spaced out and get a chance to really open her up. First car to take a time here in Group number B, or Group B, is going to be Sapulpa, Oklahoma's Blake Hahn. Smiley's Racing Products, drivewfx.com. Glenn Stiers Racing, number 52.
And from Fredericktown, Ohio, the Integrity Auto Truck Sale, Mulls Holly and Exec Schaefer Oil, car number 4 star, that's Tyler Street.
Street taking the green at the bottom of your screen. Blake Hahn, the yellow 52 at the top. Had a quick time last time out at the 34 Raceway. And first lap, 14:552, 14:552 for Blake Hahn.
First lap time for Tyler Street, 14:977, 14:977.
Already out of turn number 4, top of your screen, checker flag. Blake Hahn, 14:471, a bit quicker than his first lap, 14:471.
And lap number 2 for Tyler is a 14:826. He improves on lap number 2.
Here we go. Third car out in Group B, top of your screen on Flow from Knoxville, Iowa. In the Quality Traffic Control Goodnow Promotion Stivers Ford Lincoln 22 is Riley Goodnow.
And from Westfield Center, Ohio, the Jake's Electric, Lepo Rents, Riggs Towing and Recovery, car number 20 of Daniel Burkhardt.
Goodnow working his way down the back straightaway. Had a third at Jacksonville for his best result of the season with MOA at the beginning of May. Lap 1 for Goodnow is a 15:272, 15:272.
Burkhardt comes across the line, lap number 1, a 16:576, 16:576.
Goodnow out of turn number 4, looking at the checkered flag, and completes his qualifying run. Better on lap 2, third quick of the 4 cars that have taken time, 15.026.
And lap number 2 for Burkhardt is better, still fourth quick, 16.236.
So Blake Kahn, still the fastest of these first 4 cars in Group B, 14.471. And we'll get a good benchmark here as well for the Dillsburg, Pennsylvania racer in the C&D Rigging J&S Classics. Valley Supply 39M, it's the Concrete Kid, Anthony Macri.
And from Clue, Texas, in the Fulkins Brothers Trucking, VA Electric Rasmussen Service Center, car number 8, that's Aaron Reitzel.
Macri, a 4-time winner in 410 competition this year, and of course won the most recent high-limit Sprint Car Series race at the 34 Raceway last month. White flag for Anthony Macri, lap 1, 15.042, 15042.
First lap time coming up for Aaron Reitzel. Went back-to-back in 360 and 410 competition at Knoxville on opening night. Second quick, 14.575, 14575.
Macri better on his second lap, up to third, 14.802. Let's see what Reitzel's got out of 4.
Lap number 2 for Reitzel. Second quick, 14.497, 14497.
Reitzel to second, Macri to third. A 14.497 and a 14.802 respectively. As our next cars hit the Speedway. Working his way into turn number 3 out of Cicero, New York, in the Randy's Racing Filter Sterling Lubricants number 10. Green flag for Pauly Colagiovanni.
And from Boston, Mass, in the Able, BEI Dental and Medical, C6 Auto Body, car number 19P, that's Sean Rahal.
Colagiovanni, a winner last weekend at the Utica Rome Speedway with the Empire Super Sprints. White flag, lap 1 is 6th quick, 15.513, 15513.
Rahal comes across the line, 6th quick now, 15.145, 15145.
Colagiovanni working his way out of turn number 4. Checkered flag waving, lap number 2. It is better, 15.121, 6th quick for Pauly.
And lap number 2 for Rahal is improved up to 5th quick, 14.832, 14832.
8 cars down as we work through our final couple here in the first group of Group B. And onto the Speedway now. From Republic, Ohio, in the Jeff Ward Demolition Premier Planning Services, number 33W is Cap Henry.
From Worcester, Ohio, in the Victory, car number 16, this is Danny Muma. Danny Muma in the 16.
Cap Henry, a 4-time winner here at the Wayne County Speedway. Ohio Speed Week win, Pete Jacobs Memorial winner in 2020. Lap 1 in the books for the 33W. Cap Henry, 6th quick, 14.983, 14983.
Muma comes across the line, 8th quick, 15.111, lap number 1. Only finished out of the top 10 2 times last season here at Wayne County.
Checkered flag for Cap Henry, 14.902. That's the better of the 2 laps. 6th quick, 14.902.
Oh, and lap number 2 for Muma is 8th quickest, 16.021, 16021.
Still Blake Kahn, 14.471. That's the time to beat as our next duo pulls onto the Speedway in the Swindell Speed Lab 39, driver out of Aromas, California. It's the Victory Fuel J. Davidson scrap metal entry. Here's Justin Sanders.
In from Anaheim, California, in the Ally, Valvoline, car number 55B, it's Jake Swanson.
Justin Sanders, 8th in high limit sprint car points, a 17th place finish at Lakeside, 8th at 34. He had a 2nd last year at the Lincoln Park Speedway. White flag, first lap for Justin Sanders is 3rd quick. Good one, 14.778, 14778 for Sanders.
First lap time for Swanson, 11th quick, 15.144, best of pair of thirds at Lincoln Park Speedway this season.
Crumbs getting pushed way up at the exit of turn number 4. Quick time, Justin Sanders, 14.396. He's your quickest in Group B as we stand now. And
lap number 2 is 6th quick for Jake Swanson, 14.832, 14832.
New mark to beat set by Justin Sanders, 14.396 in car 39. He's your quickest of the 12 cars that have taken time here in Group B. Next car onto the Speedway. Top of your screen on Flow, out of 4 on the Speedway. From Sikeston, Missouri, the Vermeer Motorsports, Maxim Trucking and Materials, Logan Contractor Supply, TK Concrete 55, it's 100%, Hunter Schurenberg.
And from Quilcene, Washington, the 2022 410 Rookie of the Year at the Knoxville Raceway, the Ardent Racing, Windsor Construction, car number 97 of J.J. Hickle.
First lap in the books for Hunter Schurenberg. 4th quick, 14.677, 14677.
First lap time for JJ, 11th quick, 15:085.
Hunter Schoenberg, a winner this past weekend with the All-Stars at Jacksonville in Illinois. Checkered flag, lap 2, it is slower, 14:750. First lap, good enough for fourth, 14:677.
And lap number 2 for JJ, 15:072, 15072, fresh off of fifth with the All-Stars.
Fourth and 11th right there for those two. Next car onto the Speedway is the hometown hero, driver out of Worcester, Ohio, in the Stenhouse Jr. Marshall Racing NOS Energy Drink, West Tennessee Expediting, Hunt Brothers Pizza 17. It's Sheldon Hodenshield.
And taking the green flag from Lucas, Iowa, driving the car number 6X, that's Frank Rogers.
What does Sheldon have? Lap number 1 out of 4, white flag, fifth quick, 14:801, 14801, P5 for Hodenshield.
First lap time for Frank Rogers, 16:330, 16330.
Hodenshield fastest in Group B hot laps. Checkered flag on his qualifying run, better, but fourth quick, 14:618. Fourth for Sheldon Hodenshield, 14:618.
And lap number 2 coming up for Frank Rogers, still 16th quickest, 16:317.
So Sheldon into the top 5 with his lap, 14:618. Still chasing Justin Sanders, 14:396, as we're about halfway home here in our second and final group of hot laps. Only one lap for the 70 car, or one car, I should say, excuse me. And this is Scotty Thiel from Sheboygan, Wisconsin, in the Pete Grove Walker's Lumber and Things River City Wood Products entry. Making his way around the Speedway. Fourth last weekend at Wilmot with the All-Stars for Scotty. White flag waving. Lap number 1 is a good one. Fifth quick, 14:643, 14643 for the big wheel. Five-time winner last year for those with IRA as he works out of turn number 4, checkered flag. Scotty Thiel slows down on lap 2, 14:749. He'll take his first lap, fifth quick, at a 14:643. Next duo pulling onto the Speedway, bottom of your screen on Flow in the white number 45 from Aliquippa, Pennsylvania, the Brian Grove Racing entry. The Steel City Outlaw, here's Tim Schaefer.
From Evans City, Pennsylvania, the Superior Tank and Trailer, Ravens Trailer Sales, Tony Burke Trucking. Car number 22S, that's Brandon Spitholler.
Four-time All-Star champion, Knoxville Nationals champion, three-time Ohio Speed Week champion. He is one of the best. Tim Schaefer, white flag. His first lap, seventh quick, 14:728, 14728 for Tim Schaefer.
First lap time for, excuse me, this is Slater Helt, my bad, Slater Helt, 14:923, 14923 for Slater Helt in the 22S.
And checkered flag on Schaefer, 14:708. That's the better of the two laps, seventh quick.
14:901 the second lap here, 14901.
All right, so Slater Helt in the Brandon Spitholler car. And we roll along here. Top of your screen, back in the Indy Race Parts 71. Driver out of Penn Grove, California, in the Indy Race Parts DKW Transport Charlie Garrett Racing Engines machine. Here's Buddy Kofoid.
And from Monrovia, Indiana, the Avani Windows and Doors, Big Spring Car Wash, Coastal Race Parts, All-Star Performance, HP Engines, DMI. Car number 13 of Justin Peck.
White flag waving for Buddy Kofoid. Eighth quickest on his first lap, 14:740, 14740.
First lap time for Justin Peck, seventh quick, 14:680, 14680. The driver coming into 13th in points tonight.
Buddy got his first All-Star win here at the Wayne County Speedway. Going to have to settle for ninth on his qualifying run tonight, 14:740.
Well, lap number 2, not what he wanted, 14:714. Lap number 2, Justin Peck went down to the bottom, nearly clipped that inside tire down there on the exit of the turn.
Trying something different here as we get to the end of our qualifying order here, just a few more remaining. And the all-black 48, he's our next qualifier, driver out of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, and the Randy Gass, DKW Transport, Eichert's Home Furnishing, Arrowhead Electric, number 48, it's Double D, Danny Dietrich.
And from T, South Dakota, driving the BDS Motorsports, car number 1, this is Justin Henderson.
Dietrich, a winner at Sealands Grove back at the end of April. 19th, his best finish with the High Limit Sprint Car Series. Lap number 1 for Danny Dietrich down the board, 16th, 14.997.
First lap time for Justin Henderson, 15.391 for the driver, 9th in the first night at Knoxville this season.
Checkered flag for Dietrich. Lap number 2, it's better, 11th quick, 14.804, 14.804 for Danny Dietrich.
And lap number 2 for Justin Henderson is a 15.487, 15.487.
Final 3 cars set to go, and the third to last and penultimate car in the order rolling onto the speedway right now. First up will be the driver from Rawson, Ohio, the Benjamin Steele King Cold Quality Food and Meats, Brett Kaufman Trucking. Number 2, it's Ricky Peterson Jr.
And from Castelia, Ohio, the Eddie Blutz Garage, CK Warehouse and Distributing, Joyride Transport, car number 25R, that's Jordan Ryan.
11.410 starts for Ricky Peterson. His best result came here at Wayne County this past weekend, a 5th place finish there. Lap number 1 for Ricky Peterson is 22nd at a 15.399.
First lap time for Jordan Ryan, 21st quick, 15.217. Competed 4 times this year, best of 2nd here on May 13th.
And checkered flag, lap 2 for Ricky Peterson, better, 15.145, 15.145.
And lap number 2 for Jordan Ryan is a 15.169, 15.169, an improvement on lap number 2.
All right, here we go. Final qualifier, last one in Group B, last one overall, and it's a good one. Driver out of Indianapolis. Yeah, let's see. He's got to beat a 14.396. This is the NOS Energy Drink, ZMAC, Elliott's Customs Trailers, and Carts number 7 BC. It's Tyler Courtney. Green flag for Sunshine. Winner last weekend with the All-Stars in a dominating display at the Wilmot Raceway. Tied for first in points with Kyle Larson here on the high limit sprint car side of things. Out of 4, lap 1 for Sunshine. 5th quick, 14.620, 14.620 for the 2-time and defending All-Star Circuit of Champions titleist. Making his way through 3 and out of 4, looking for grip. Can he find it? Lap 2 for Sunshine, better but not good enough. 14.584, 14.584. That'll do it. Justin Sanders quickest in Group B. He'll be on the pole of heat race number 3, 14.396 his time. But nobody good enough to catch Young Money. Capital Renegade Quick Time Award winner, 14.059. How about a hand for Kyle Larson?
You know, Dylan, you watch those guys come around the top of turn 4, and it's a long ways around the top of that. And it looks to me like that wall comes up pretty quick on the exit of the
It does. And you know, I think the banking kind of falls away over there, too, at the exit of 4 where the ramp comes in. So it's a tricky corner to navigate, tricky racetrack with walls all the way around both sets of corners. First career high-limit quick time, by the way, for Kyle Larson. We're going to go to a quick commercial break before we get opening ceremonies underway as the program continues to move along. But Kyle Larson, your Capital Renegade Quick Time qualifier here at the Wayne County Speedway.
Tell him to go.